we often have the tendency to kind of compare ourselves to other people, how well they're doing versus how we are doing. And sometimes it can kind of be motivating to see that they're ahead of us, right? And feel that sense of insecurity perhaps and want to compete with them and so on. What do you find in that research about what is the pros and cons of comparing yourself to other people?
Yeah, that's so important, especially to this day. We talk about kind of social connections. So I think from that is actually a line of multiple projects. We look at social dynamics when we are working on goals together. So you can think about like very typical organizations like Weight Watchers. There are a lot of companies that connect people because they have similar weight loss goals. Or similarly, you wear Fitbit, Apple Watch, you see progress information about other people. So a lot of times we are now pursuing our goals in the social space. We're not doing this alone. We can get progress feedback about how other people are doing and how much weight they have lost or what are they doing today for their goal. So we're looking at in what situation that could be productive and in what situation that could actually backfire. So it's interesting that one big takeaway I have is that it is important to be socially connected, and probably even more so during this time. It is important to know that there are other people working on similar things as us and to share tips to help each other. Because like we say, how do we know what are the contingency plans? We can learn from others' experience. What has happened to them? What were their backup plans? I think those things are very important. So information exchange is important and staying connected is important. But we found that people tend to do that more in the beginning when they're starting something and they are not sure. We see that in both dieters, in students, when they first join schools, there are a lot of social events. They want to be connected because there's so much uncertainty. They have so many questions. So they feel they learn a lot from each other. But as time goes on, you would think friendships should deepen. They should know each other even more. We start to see some psychological distancing where people kind of withhold information. If they heard about something that helped them learn, they may feel like they don't necessarily need to share that to help other people learn. So we say that they basically start to become a little bit competitive. Even the goal itself doesn't need to, it wasn't a competition. So we can all lose 5 pounds of weight. It's not really a competition, but we start to see dieters like bring snacks to meetings and they themselves aren't eating, but other people are eating. So they kind of suggest that they are trying to compare, they are trying to potentially put other people down a little bit to make that to create a feeling they are making progress. And
that doesn't happen. By the way, that doesn't happen among the people here in this session. Okay, we are all like,
no, you win, I win.
And it's important because it backfires. So we see that when people do that, when you do something to kind of create this illusion of progress because you put other people down and because you think about it as a competition. So now you're ahead without even doing anything. We found that they're more likely to then also grab a snack themselves later on or skip the gym because they feel they are ahead. So they actually end up regressing on their own goals. So it's actually not good for themselves either. So it is important, we think, that to stay connected and continue helping each other, even though inherently there are moments maybe we feel that it is a comparison and we may feel like we're winning or we're losing. We need to kind of remind ourselves that no, this is not a competition. We're all just doing this for our individual value, and we should keep on helping with each other because there's always so much we can learn every stage. So I think that is, at least to me, also an important finding for my own kind of thinking about career management, thinking about my relationship with others, my co-authors or colleagues, how I stay connected with them and share my learning with them and get their learning so we can all grow together instead of thinking that I need to be the only one ahead and everybody needs to be behind just so that I can be happy. That is not really a healthy mindset there.
I resonate with this so hard because I'm so competitive. And I don't necessarily want to be anymore because I get the science of it. And so now when I notice that I'm with someone and I'm like, I get that feeling, I'm actively being conscious of it. I'm working to transform it. And Raj, this actually matches to something you talk about where there's an abundance mindset or a lacking mindset. And I think when I'm in the essence of being in competition with someone or anyone it's like there's only one pie and there's only so many pieces in the pie. So if they have it, I can't have it. When in this weight loss example, that's ridiculous, right? Because we all have whole, complete bodies that can gain or lose as much as we want. So the practice I've developed to overcome that, in case anyone watching is also a little bit naturally competitive, is to go in the mindset that when they win, I'm winning because I'm believing in this oneness of all. And when they are having more joy, the world has more joy. So I have more access to joy. And also when someone is like light years ahead of me, instead of looking at it like I'm so far behind, I look at it like, wow, you're such a good example of what's possible.